This is the world of company secretaries. On this channel, you can watch interviews with company secretaries across the world. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon. How do you see the future trend of this profession? Like, what is the scope? Like, how far can CS profession go? Because there's a general myth or misunderstanding that the scope is limited. So, we want you to set the record straight.
Alok, let me correct that sentence. How far can the CS profession go? Just change it, no? How far the person can go?
The company secretary.
You.
You, exactly.
See, I have always believed in the individual rather than the profession. I mean, where to start, where to end. One of my early trainees is a company secretary of one of the largest Tata companies. Okay.
Yeah.
To the story of another trainee I have told, to story of another trainee who started practice and who is very successful. I mean, so understand, profession is here to give you 100%. But how much do you want to take from the profession? So it's at the individual side. Okay. Where do I see this profession? Just last week, a very senior company secretary with about 20 years of experience called me and said, what now? I just asked him, have you taken the valuation examination? He said, no. Then I said, it's time that you upgrade yourself. So, where is the limit, Alok? You can do IBC, you can do valuation, you can be a valuer. No, the profession has opened up so much that you can do whatever. And gone are those days when you would be a proud practicing company secretary or a company saying that I have incorporated a company. Gone. I have handled an IPO. Gone. Today, people are coming in telling me I appeared for a GST hearing. I appeared for a merger hearing. This is where we are opening up. So, from my perspective, I think from here to where, I think the real takeoff, I'll be very honest, Alok, I feel jealous of you guys. In fact, more than you are at least in your 30s. I feel jealous of my trainees. You know why? I always feel I should have born during these trainees times here. I tell my son, Sunil, who's about 26, I say, uh, God willing, let's change the place. No, or change that Yayati story, right?
Yeah.
What a world you guys are living. Actually, so when somebody is really saying something about this generation, millennials, and all that, I always say, don't speak about them. They are in a much, much advantageous position than what we were. And that's why maybe people in my generation are jealous and they talk ill about the current generation. No, I think they are Gen X is amazing generation today. So to tell you where we are heading to, yeah, it's an open like an open source or an open book. This generation, this profession is an open profession. For me, it's a long term player. I don't look at any generation which is short term. Okay, before you ask the next question, I'll ask my question, which one of the students asked me in one of the forums. How long do you think you will practice, sir? I was shocked. Huh? I was shocked with this. So I said, maybe till I breathe my last. That's the advantage, right? Why would I give it up? If I have energy levels 70, 80, 90, I mean, that's okay. I mean, so long as I have the energy levels, I'll do my practice. I will continue to be contributing to the younger generation. That's okay. So that's what I'm saying. So profession is amazing. It's just taken off, and I think there's a long way to go on the in the profession.
So there's another question a little connected to this is nowadays both ICSI and also in ICSI London, they're talking about this concept of governance professional more than just a chartered secretary or a company secretary. So who do you think is a governance professional, and how should we look at this globally? Globally, what are the opportunities?
Okay, here I would like to differ on that point. Okay,
Sure.
because see, suddenly by changing a professional's trait, governance is only a trait. You can't say governance professional because governance, let me be very honest, is a myth. Why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? Because there is something called letter and spirit. You know, so when you talk about governance, people more talk about spirit. Compliance, people connect it to letter. So, from my perspective, whether it is a chartered accountant, whether it's a company secretary, whoever it is, I think we are more protectors of compliance. Okay, governance is something which the board members have to take care, because that's where they have to behave beyond letter, which is spirit, which is governance. So, from my perspective, leave that governance buzzword to a bunch of professionals inside the boardrooms. Retain the compliance for a chartered accountant, for a CMA, or for a CS. We have to drive this. It's, I mean, we are trained to do that. So let's just do that. And that itself, there is a huge opportunity waiting to be performed. So that's my take on the question on whether we should be called a governance professional, all that. No, we are good the way we are.